turn you up here.
Yeah. Well, good evening all. Tonight's one-to-one special guest is drone worship from, I believe, the Tampa area of Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Is that right, Daniel?
Yes, it is. Tampa, Florida.
Good. So, because a lot of my subscribers don't know about you, could you tell us a bit about yourself?
Ooh. I am a huge drone enthusiast. I'm not really into the helicopters and stuff, but I'm definitely a large drone enthusiast. And UAVs in general, anything with a camera on it that I can take a trip with and go have some fun. I also love to tinker and modify with a lot of different birds. I love doing modifications, making toy drones do things that big birds do. And so I like to make things do stuff they probably shouldn't, but have a lot of fun doing it, and then introducing the ideas to other people on YouTube. So that's what I do.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing that on YouTube then?
Ooh, well, I've been through a number of different channels over the years, to be honest with you. I think I started my channel in 2009, and then I dumped it due to some massive trolling activity, and started over 2 or 3 times before I finally settled on drone worship. And so I've been doing the hobby stuff for around 5 years, I think. I've been at this. So.
Yeah. Oh, so you've been doing the drone in about 5 years, then, have you? So
about 5 years, yep.
Yeah. And what particular drone did you first start with?
Oh gosh, I think I started with a little. I want to say it was a Kmart. I don't know. It would have been something like a SEMA at this point, a SEMA X5C. It's a very toy grade piece of junk. But it was great for learning on. It was a fun learner's quad. It wasn't a SEMA because this was a while ago, but it was kind of like that brand, very cheap. Didn't have flips or manual mode or anything like that. It was a very standard, basic learn how to fly quad. So. I don't remember what the name of it was. It was like Striker or something, some off-brand something.
Yeah. And did you modify that at all then?
Yeah, I ended up putting bearings in it, different size motors. I got some larger props for it. I gave it a paint job. Extended the signal by dropping the antennas on the outside of the body to, get rid of some of the interference from the board to allow it to go further. So, yeah, I definitely modified it. That thing got put through quite a lot, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, good. So, 5 years. I didn't know drones had been out that long,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so they're all coming over from Pixie's live channel tonight because he's been on. I don't know whether you follow Pixie at all, do you?
I don't think so.
No, he's a channel. He's from Sheffield here in England. He's met me. I met him, and he came over to see me, and I let him fly my drone. So I think he's got the DJI Phantom 3 standard now because he bid on it on eBay, and I think he won the bid to the auction.
Gotcha.
And we've got Drone Wolf Media in. Chris, he's in. We've got Uncle Dan. We've got Harry Fester. They're all saying hi to you because I don't know whether you can see the chat on yours, can you?
No, I cannot. I'm just on my regular cell phone device, so all I can see is Google Hangouts currently.
Yeah, well, it's a good signal, so if you're on your phone.
Thank you. 4G network, man.
Yeah, because here, when I go out in my car, often you'd lose the signal. So,
yeah.
You look, the signal over there seems to be pretty stable. So, are you in the Tampa area now?
Right now, I am currently out in Lakeland, or not Lakeland, Land O'Lakes. It's about 15 miles from Tampa. So.
Oh yeah, because we used to come over to John's Pass and stop in a motel called
Gotcha. Yeah, I know where John's Pass is. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we used to come over in November for 4 to 6 weeks. Always used to have Thanksgiving there.
Yeah, Florida's a fun vacation spot, but to live here, it's very hot most of the time. It's not too bad at certain times of the year. It's great for vacation, but for the most part, it's really hot here all the time. So.
Yeah, that is a major problem, isn't it? I mean, we used to come every November, over to Florida or to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've been to Florida about 8 times, I think. I've done from New Orleans. First time we came over, we drove from New Orleans all the way down to the Keys. And then we did the 3-day cruise from Fort Lauderdale to Nassau, the Bahamas. That was brilliant.
Okay.
You know, been to Disney a couple of times and Universal, you know, but I'm much like going out in the Everglades. I love it there.
Oh yeah.
The wildlife.
Absolutely. We have Alligator Alley here, which is just miles and miles of Everglades. Just it's ridiculous how far Alligator Alley is. They actually tell you before you start the trip on Alligator Alley with your car, they tell you to fuel up because there's not fueling points in between here and here. And all there is just fence along the entire road because they built it like right through the center of the Everglades. So to keep alligators from coming in and out, they had to put the gates on either side of the road. But yeah, it's a very interesting area to drive through if you ever get the chance.
Yeah. Drone Wolf Media said, winter in Florida is the best. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You get all the snowbirds from Canada down there as well.
Yeah. All the little cuties come into town, to be honest with you. That's when they come to get their tan. But yeah, this is a weird winter start for us because it's already October. It should be cooling off, and it's 92 degrees today, so It is not cooling off yet. It's still very hot.
Yeah.
What's going on? Weird year.
What time do you work to then, Daniel?
What's that?
What time do you work to?
Oh gosh, tonight I'm on until 10 p.m. Man, it's a long one tonight. I think I'm here for about eight and a half hours or so. And all I do is really just patrol around and make sure the kids don't beat the living daylights out of each other in the park. So yeah.
So I know you weren't very well a few months ago. What was up with you?
One more time? You broke up a little bit.
Have you got over whatever you was in hospital for? Because I never thought you were in hospital for. I know you was in hospital because I used to watch your live streams from your hospital bed, but I didn't know why you was in.
Pancreatitis. Let's just say I enjoy my alcohol, and it cost me almost the loss of my pancreas, which would have really been bad. Yeah. So I think I saved it. I've been taking it pretty easy. So I think we're good. I still have an enlarged spleen now from it. That'll be with me the rest of my life. That's fun. When you breathe, you can feel your spleen shifting over now because it's like 2 times larger than it should be. But yeah, it's a good time.
Well, I'm pleased to see how happy you look and how well you look at present.
Well, thank you.
And back to the drones then, because I believe the ones that you fly are the 3DR Solo.
I have flown a barrage of different things, to be honest with you. All sorts of different aerial platform birds. The only one that's ever really impressed me was the 3DR Solo. Its open source ability means endless possibilities of what you can and can't do with it. So it's pretty much an incredible bird to own, and it's super cheap to buy. So I kind of tell everyone that's getting into drones you should buy one because they're a lot of fun. So.
Yeah. So what modifications have you done on your 3DR?
I've kept mine fairly simple, to be honest with you. I came up with the cardboard mod. I put that out for everybody that was having signal problems with their GPS. That's basically just remove the GPS tower and put a piece of cardboard in between the copper and the GPS board so that it'll connect with satellites, because due to manufacturing defect or possibly poor engineering design, one or the other, they put this copper foil on top of the GPS, causing it to short out the antenna and not be able to pick up many satellites. So I showed everyone how to fix that. And then after that, it was pretty much just skins, modified solo risers for the legs to get it up off the ground higher. Pretty much it. I've kept it pretty basic. Few antenna mods on the transmitter. Alpha antennas to make it go super far instead of like 2,000 feet. You can go a couple miles away now.
And
so yeah. I've 4 mile round trip, I think, is my furthest so far. That's really as far as I need to push it. I think 4 miles is plenty. 2 miles out, 2 miles back, we're good. no reason to go that much further. So yeah, it's a pretty impressive little bird. It's got the ability to be autonomous too, with the Tower app. Up to like 540 flight parameters are pre-adjustable. So it's pretty incredible. It'll handle over like 60,000 waypoints, I think, during one trip if you really wanted to go crazy with it. You would probably expend the battery before you cleared 60,000 waypoints, but it'll make an autonomous flight up to 10 miles away, and it doesn't need to be connected to the transmitter to do it, which is really cool. It'll just focus on GPS the whole time and just go. So,
God, wow, wait, and that's just you doing the modifications on it.
Sure.
So, how far have you done any modifications on the Phantom series for the DJI? Then?
I did. Actually, I didn't really have to modify too much. The Phantom 3 Standard we installed Magic Powers on. I don't know if you've heard of that before.
No, I haven't.
It is basically hacking the original firmware output for the RF antennas and amplifying the signal from about 7 dBi to like 24 dBi out of the box with just a very simple 5-minute install to the bird and a quick update, and you can go way further than it was meant to go without having to buy range booster kits or any of the fun stuff.
And so have you put the video up about that?
I do, actually. It's I think it was 3DR Solo versus Phantom 3 Standard range test. We took them out way out into the middle of a field, flew all the way to the water, made it all the way to the lake, over the top of a hill, all the way down a valley. It was really interesting to see how far they could go. So with a few very simple modifications. Yeah. I feel like those companies lie to you when they tell you that you need to purchase these range booster kits. Most of them have cutback signal due to FCC guidelines, and if you just rearrange a few of those FCC restrictions, I don't think you need to install a booster kit on any bird, to be honest with you, but whatever.
So why aren't you into the drone market then? I would have thought a man like you would have had his own business, either home or a little shop doing all these modifications, or are they illegal in the States?
It's not that I wouldn't open my own shop. It's that I'm not really don't want to. I kind of want to make YouTube my thing and maybe get my 107 pilot's license and start doing freelance work and doing a lot of real estate stuff. I think that's really my calling. Owning a shop is a hassle. I've owned a motorcycle and scooter repair shop before. I hated it. It was so horrible. Everyone always wants the deal. It's really hard to make money. I think I'll avoid that. I just enjoy doing my hobby stuff and sharing it with everyone else. I think that's really my calling card. So
yeah. Because I watch all your videos, all your live streams, and your knowledge of drones is unbelievable.
Well,
I don't know anybody else on YouTube with your amount of knowledge on it. It really surprised me. That's why I've been looking forward to talking to you. I interviewed Chris the other week, Drone Wolf Media, and I thought he was a fascinating guy. But wow, your knowledge is unbelievable. And you look at Drone Wolf Media. He started his business about a year ago, and he's doing very well. He's making a living, and that's the main thing. So, what's the competition like in your part of Florida for drone people who have got the license, who are doing the real estate?
Honestly, it's really died out, and I'm happy for that because I feel like a lot of people thought they were going to really kill it right out the hole, and they were just going to do amazing things. And I think what ended up happening is a lot of these realtors started getting their own drones and shooting their own photography. And it really made the market screwed up here for people that were interested in doing it, got their 107, and then realized there was really no market for drone operators at that point. And I think it deterred a lot of people. So I think a lot of the competition for me has really come down. It's also really how you market yourself. A lot of these people just, I got my 107, so I'm going to go do what I want to do. There's no portfolio behind it. There's no, can't show them anything. See, with me, it's like, well, I run this is all I do. This is my spare time.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for someone who knows what they're doing, and I'm that guy. So I don't know, man. I think I've talked to a couple people that shoot photography with their drones professionally, but they just don't make as much as they thought they were going to.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's an open market, I feel. Depends on how you sell yourself, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. Because people buy off friends, not strangers. So if you can become an instant friend like that, people buy off friends, not off strangers.
Right.
And
you're selling yourself.
This is what I learned when I had my businesses. That if you make a friend of a person, make them feel at ease, and you become friends instantly. Like I mean, when I interviewed Chris and when I interviewed Richard on Saturday, became friends immediately. Very relaxed. Like I'm relaxed with you. I don't know how you feel about it, but
oh yeah,
I've seen you on live streams, and you are a very confident, relaxed person.
People person. I like people.
Yeah.
I enjoy learning about other people and growing a friendship over time with them. You learn a lot about people just through conversation. So it's I'm all about that.
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely.
And that's why I like doing these one-to-ones, because you learn about the person. And I mean, Jacqueline 0473 just said she don't know a lot about Jones, but she's enjoying this video and learning. Normally I don't just talk about Jones because I like to get to know the person, the person behind the channel that they've got on YouTube. You've got a lot of subscribers in a very short time on this channel. Because it only says you've been on just over a year at 2006.
I guess. I guess I have Hubson to thank for that, even though we kind of parted ways a while ago due to some interesting things with their company. I decided to kind of split ways. That was at about 1,400 subscribers, and that was just in a couple months into my channel. So that kind of really just took off fast with Hubson. And then after that, I started getting recognized by more of the drone community, and I got picked up pretty quick, had a few sponsorships. For the most part, it's just knowledge, and I try to be friendly and help everyone. I set out to answer questions, take personal phone calls, reply to everyone's emails that I possibly can, and it's really going to make the difference for you as a YouTuber, depending on how much time you're willing to put into it. If you just put up a video and you don't respond to anybody, then odds are they're not going to stick around and care who you are. But if you can try to be at that friendly basis and always keep up with the notifications and emails you're getting, man, it's actually fairly easy to grow a YouTube channel. Just like I said, it's all about the amount of energy you're going to put into it. So
yeah. And I noticed that you're on Granny Monster's side and Dark Matter.
Create, not hate, baby.
So you're part of the Dark Matter, the dark side then.
I am part of the dark side. Yes, sir.
So are you into Star Wars?
Very much so. I am a huge fan of Star Wars, and I feel everyone should be. I can't force it down your throat, but it is probably one of the most iconic trilogies of all time.
Yeah, agreed. And have you seen the trailer for the new one?
Oh. I told myself I wasn't going to watch it, and then I made the mistake of watching it, and now I'm really mad at myself that I did watch the second release trailer, because I felt like it showed me way more than I wanted to see, and so now I'm kind of like irritated with myself for having watched it. Yes, I did watch it.
Yeah, I'm just going to say hello to Tammy, My World in OKC, to Random Life Productions, to AKA Our Life, who I was supposed to have been on with last night, but I had to go out, so I had to cancel that, and hopefully that's going to be done next week. And Moss42 from Australia, he's on. Ian Drones is on. He says hello to you. North Degree Aerial Perspectives, he's on as well. I think he's from, I can't remember what area of the States he's from. So what else can I ask you about drones? So Which one do you prefer, DJI or the 3DR Solo?
Oh, I get this a lot. I guess it really depends on what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
If I was to break it down so that everyone understood my train of thought here, I look at DJI as being like the Apple of the drone world, and 3DR Solo as being the open source Android of the drone world. Yeah. And I guess it really depends on what you're going to be doing that day. That would depend on what I'm going to be bringing with me. You know, if it's strictly aero photography I'm going to be doing, might bring the DJI because that's really the sole purpose. If I just want to go out, have some fun, do some sport mode, you know, creative shooting at really high speeds, 3DR is probably going to be the go-to bird. Yeah. So, you know, I am a much bigger 3DR Solo fan than DJI just because the possibilities are so endless with the 3DR. So.
Yeah, I can understand that. I'm just going to say hello to Mel, and Two Wheels Fix is in the house, and Bob Biker 46. I don't know that Bob Biker, or do I? I'll have to check.
Bob's a good dude. Give me 1 sec. Andrew wants to say hello. Andrew, say hi to everybody, man.
Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hi, Andrew.
Andrew, what are you doing today, man?
Playing ball.
Playing ball?
Yeah.
You're playing with the guys over there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I said, Rob.
Rob?
Yeah, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
Guys and jobs. No.
Say hello to Andrew, guys.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Hello, Andrew. Nice to meet you.
Hey, bud. How you doing?
La Cruz says, hey, Andrew.
The whole crew says hello. They're doing a live stream right now.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Your live stream.
Me?
You.
Yes! You're a dog, dude! You're a dog! How you doing, man?
They're all saying hi to him anyway.
They're all saying hi to you, Andrew.
Hey, guys!
Hey. I got to get back to this here, Andrew.
So by on me, on YouTube.
Your YouTube, yeah.
Yeah. Like, people know me on, right, guys?
Yeah.
Ranch, high school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, WR, Ranch. I was on a football game.
Really?
Yeah.
You're on a football, the video?
Team.
Oh, team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a body for the team.
Gotcha.
And guess what I'm going? A basketball showmanship.
A basketball showmanship?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
But I'm a man.
You're a man.
I'm gonna win the game.
I gotta get back to this live stream, man.
Hey, boy. Only safe. Help me out. Is my dog right here? I love him.
Not low for you, Andrew.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
And bless.
All right. All right, dude. Andrew's a good guy. He's he's got some, but he's a good kid.
Yeah, he's
kid.
Sounds a good lad, and that's the main thing.
Yeah.
So
sorry about that.
That's all right. So are you married at all, then, Daniel?
I am not, my friend. I had I think my last relationship was about a year ago. I think I married drones, to be honest with you. I got married to the hobby. I kind of committed to that, so it's yeah. I figure one of these days I'll run into a girl that flies drones and loves Star Wars as much as I do, and that'll just be the end of it. Yeah. So
take a look at Random Life Productions channel. She might be droning eventually. She's talking about getting one. Because that's something I've noticed. There aren't many female drone pilots, are there?
Nope. And it's really hard to get a lot of these females to understand what I do. You know what I'm saying? That a major portion of my life is devoted to YouTube. It's something I really enjoy. It is my pastime, and it's hard to find a girl that is willing to be on camera or do half the stuff I want to do. So I guess I'm looking for a girl that does what I do. I think that's going to be my out. That's the only way that's going to work out, I think. So.
Stephen Merrick said, Dan told me he wants to marry a DJI Phantom 4. God, is that Uncle Dan 58, Stephen?
Steven's on my channel all the time. We chat in Discord a lot. He knows I'm not the biggest fan of DJI. He knows I like 3DR Solo over DJI any day. And I've been trying to convince him to purchase one, and he's already bought two in the past, and I don't know how long ago that was, but they didn't work out for him. They were having some problems. So now I'm trying to convince him that they've become a better bird, and he should definitely buy one, and he's not. So
it's not any, yeah, well, I have seen your channel, you know, when you've been doing the live streams and everything, you know, so I do know quite a few of your associates you go around with, because I mean, I enjoyed the series where you went to the Smoky Mountains, and
oh yeah,
that trip there was fantastic, you know. But it could have done with seeing a bit more aerial footage.
Yeah, you got to be really careful though, because once you get actually into the national park, it's completely illegal to fly. Even being on the outskirts, it was the only spot by that little field I found that wasn't off limits to get above the mountains and actually see the Smokies. But they have a really, really strict drone laws out there. So it was hard to even get one place to fly. And actually, when I was landing, if you saw that video,
yeah,
when I went, that was 1,140 feet in the air. So that was pretty high to get up there. But right after I started coming down, a helicopter went right over the top of my drone, and I was like, "Oh my god, that was close!" You know, I looked at Ron, I was like, "Did he not see it? I don't know." You know, but yeah, that was a little eye-opening. So we decided not to take the bird up again, just because that was so close. But yeah, it was a good time.
Andy's in as well, ADMR 1985. He says, "Good evening, everybody."
Hey, Andy, what's up?
Random Life Production says she's thinking about getting the Spark. So what would be your advice to Random Life Productions?
I'm not really a selfie person. From what I understand, it's probably the #1 selfie drone out there. 10 minutes of flight time is what most people get. Some people say they're getting 12 to 14. That's impressive. My downside is that it's only shoots in 1080, and that's the limit of its capabilities where it's capped at, and that's unfortunate to me, because you got stuff out there like the unique Breeze that shoots in 4K, the Wingsland S6 that shoots in 4K. Even though those two are nowhere near the quality of DJI, they still have that 4K that I enjoy. And it's too bad they knocked the arc back so far. But what they did is they made up for it by adding extra features like gesture mode, you know, all the stuff where you can control it with hand movements, and so that's cool. I get why they did it. It's great for anybody wanting to get started. If you purchase the Fly More package, you will feel super limited if you just get the bird and control it with your cell phone. I hear a lot of people get very bent out of shape. It doesn't work the way they expected it to with their cell phone. They're not getting much range out of it. So if you are going to do it, I would suggest the Fly More package.
Yeah, and what's
definitely.
What's the other two models that you mentioned that you would prefer?
Yeah, that's the unique Breeze 4K. That's YUNEEC, unique. I think that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
Breeze, yeah. Breeze 4K, and the Wingsland S6, which did not do very good due to marketing, I think. And I think they've had some updates since then. It's a little better now. It's very affordable. It's about $150. Brushless motors, 4K, GPS stabilized flight, and I think you can get those refurb for around $150. You can get a brand new unique Breeze now for around $300 with controller. So that's when they first came out, they were much more expensive than they are now. But if you're looking at selfie drones, those are the three I would really look into.
Yeah, so. And have they got the gimbals on the camera then?
No, but most of them are stabilized video. Whereas the one thing you'll notice is that the stabilized actually outperforms the 2-axis gimbal on the Spark, and the reason for that is when you turn and you lean into you know what I'm saying, when you're going sideways, you actually see that motion in the Spark, whereas stabilized footage, digital stabilized, you won't see that. it'll keep it completely straight without having to have the gimbal. So
yeah. Well, that's why I'm enjoying this, because I don't know anything like this.
That's all good.
I mean, I go fly my drone, but not very often now. Because here there's nowhere to go. I mean, all right, I've got the river on the seaside, but you look at it and you think, I've done that many times. You get fed up. So
right.
What's it like where you are? Have you got many places where you can fly?
Ooh, that is a really good question. Lately, no. It's been pretty horrible, but it's, I don't know. Tampa just got capped by all these no-fly zones. Horribly capped. I have intersecting no-fly zones. That's how bad it is. I'll have 4 in one area. Yeah. Oop, this person just went the wrong way.
Oh.
And she's going to continue going through the roundabout the wrong way. Whatever.
But that must be a British tourist then.
I have no clue where she's going. The wrong way. That's what I know. But yeah, no, the no-fly zones here are ridiculous. I have to travel now to fly, unless people want to keep seeing the same areas again and again and again, which makes it a little difficult on me because I don't have much time to fly now before work every day. So it's like traveling's kind of out of the question. So I've been doing more modifying, tinkering, and tutorial videos lately.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've noticed that, and a lot more live streaming as well.
Yeah.
So, have you got any more vacations planned for the rest of this year with you and your gang?
I don't think so. We were talking about going to Colorado to visit my sister, but then I think she decided to come here, which simplified everything for everyone.
Yeah.
So I don't think I have anything planned for the rest of this year. I did get a Bahamas trip for 7 days, which I'm considering taking probably sometime next year. I have 18 months to decide when I want to take it or where I want to go, so we'll see.
Kentucky Rangers in. Richard, my grandson's in, Richard, who I interviewed. He calls me Grandpa now, so I've called him my grandson. and thank you for doing that. Just that short live video 2 hours ago, or over 2 hours ago, where you mentioned you was coming live with the Eagle.
Yeah.
That was good, because I mean we've had up to 28, I think, watching. We're down to 25 now. 18 likes, which I think I'm doing quite well on this one, So what else was I going to ask you now? I've lost a train of thought now. I mean, mine's just gone blank, just like that. And it does sometimes, Daniel. So what was it going to? So can you fly in the Everglades, or is that a national park?
That is a good question. I've never really considered it. I would think it would probably be state-owned land area, so probably it's going to be considered a preserve of some kind. I would really have to look into that, I think. I would assume the answer is probably no, without having to do too much research, but I could be wrong. There may be certain areas that I could fly at potentially, I guess.
Yeah, because because I do that drone flies review on a Monday, and I've always put in Everglades, Florida, and I've never come up with any good footage. I've come up with 2 or 3 minutes of footage, but not what I'd call a decent flight that I could put on. I mean,
right.
Whether it's people who were just stopped by the road and just took the drone out and just gone up and real quick type of thing. But I cannot understand why they've got that law about not flying in national parks. Because I mean, you look at Yellowstone or anything like that, a drone wouldn't affect the wildlife or anything like that, and the views you would get over places like that would be fantastic.
I've been questioning that myself. It seems like all the cool areas in Tampa that would be incredible footage have been no-go zones.
Yeah.
And I really don't understand the whole nature preserve thing either. Like, I guess what they're worried about is a drone going down potentially for some reason, is my thought. Yeah. The weird thing is that, And this is where the loophole in the system is. Get ready, drone pilots, because I'm going to teach you something you haven't been taught before. Okay? This is the loophole in the system. Now, how you take advantage of this is up to you. Just please be smart about it. You cannot take off or land in a nature preserve or a state park. Okay?
Yeah.
County and public parks are fine as long as there's no ordinance against it. You can, however, get outside of the park or nature preserve, take off, and fly over the nature preserve.
Yeah.
And come back and land outside of the nature preserve. You cannot do it from inside of a state park or nature preserve. So technically, I could fly up into the Smoky Mountains, right? Yeah. The issue is how high those mountains were versus where I was. I would have lost reception really quickly trying to take a trip. So, it's not that I couldn't fly into the Smoky Mountains. It's just the capabilities of my bird being already 1,000 feet high and trying to clear mountains probably would not have ended with good results.
Yeah.
So that was kind of just take it up to the top of the mountain, come back down. That was good enough for me. But yeah, so if you ever wanted to, find the loophole in the system, I've given it to you. That is how you do it. Just make sure that you land and take off outside of the no-fly zone. And you can basically fly over any state park or nature preserve.
Yeah, because I follow a channel called Tony Lee Glenn. He lives in Asheville area, somewhere around that area, and he often flies in the Smokies. So, I know there are places because he's got some lovely views. I can't remember the mountain now, not far from where he lives. Absolutely wonderful views. So that's why I asked, and so in your area, Tampa, where would you most like to fly?
I am working on getting cleared for a flight downtown right now. There's MacDill Air Force Base right there. There's two major airports, Tampa Executive Airport, St. Petersburg Airport. And they're all intersecting with each other, which means I would have to consistently get each airport at exactly the same time to agree to let me fly for a certain amount of time and come down. And I would have to, communicate with each of the airports at exactly the same time to make that happen. And that's really hard to do. But downtown is the shipping lane for Tampa, and it is fantastic. The harbor just looks incredible. They have some really old school pirate ships that go up and down the harbor all day. It looks really neat. So,
Granny Monster's in the house now as well.
Hey GM, how's it going, sweetie?
She ain't answered that yet. I'll tell you when she answers. No, we've got 25 or 24. It's just gone down to 24, so we're doing quite. So, because I've never seen any footage of downtown Tampa, so I would get that permission and go and film that area because I would.
I'm working on it. Trust me, I'm working on it.
Now, I'll ask you this: I'm trying to set up a weekend either not this weekend, the following weekend of getting about 20 of us droners together to go out, fly that day. Only for 20 minutes or whatever you want to do. Upload the raw footage onto your YouTube channel as unlisted or private, and then share that footage among the community, and then we've all got to edit it, all the footage of each other's, into a droning around the world on the weekend of So would you be interested in doing that?
Yeah. I mean, it might be easier, to be honest with you, upload it to one Google Drive folder for everyone, and then you could put all the footage together pretty easily, whoever was going to do the edit.
No, we all do the edit. We all edit each other's footage, You've got, say there was 20 in, so you've got 20 lots of footage from Australia, Japan, China, the States, England, and we all edit the footage that everybody's got into your own style of editing. And then when we've all done, we all upload our individual videos that we've edited to our own. but it's going to be called Droning Around the World.
Huh. I like that idea. That's a unique idea. I never thought about that, I guess.
Yeah. So if there's any droners you know who would be interested in it, you know, as many as we can get, really, because I'd love to see places, you know, all around the world in one video without downloading other people's videos. It's our community, and you know, I mean, there's Aussie Mark. He's interested in. He's in Australia, in Townsville, in Queensland. I got in touch with my mate who lives in China, and he's interested. He's got the Mavic Pro, you know. So there's a lot of interest. And Andy of ADMR 1985, he's interested as well. I've got to get in touch with Patrick Conlon to see if he's interested. He's in Ireland, because I think that would be a fantastic, you know.
Well, that's awesome. I'm totally for it. I'm down. Yeah, I like. That's a very, very unique idea. I like that.
Yeah,
that's a cool idea.
And I'm going to ask you another thing now.
Sure.
On the 29th of this month, Bossman is doing a 24-hour live stream for charity.
Okay.
So if you'd like to participate in that, just drop us a line to either my channel or Bossman's channel, and we'll let you know, because we're trying to get so many in to do like half an hour stint over the 24 hours. And then because he's got over 1,000 subscribers, we've got the super chat where we're hoping to raise money for a US charity, an English charity, and an Australian charity. You know, we're thinking like the Macmillan Nurses, which is a cancer charity here in the UK, and then you know, the USA, whoever joins in on the USA, that they suggest a charity over there.
Sure.
So, you know,
yeah, it's really going to depend on whether he's found somebody else yet or not. And that's just because it's really hard for me to get on here and do this while I work. But you know, today worked out pretty well. I don't want to commit to that yet until I'm
well, you don't. It's just if you fancy it and you've got half an hour to spare,
right,
you're welcome to come in. You know, I love the views from the back of your car. I don't know whereabouts you are, but there's some lovely properties I can see as you're driving along.
Oh yeah, it's this is a very expensive community. There's actually professional football players and stuff that live here, so this is
nice.
It's a very, very expensive community.
So, one of the videos I watched, you had gone somewhere to meet up with, what's his name, Ken Heron. Now, I never saw the video if you did meet him.
I did not meet him. What I ended up doing was a live stream with him. We did not get a chance to meet up. He was game for it. Unfortunately, he was just too far away at the time, and so were we. So whoops, this guy's going to go ahead and turn right into me without paying attention. There you go, buddy. So anyways, yeah, Ken and me did not ever get together. What we did end up doing is he invited me to do a live stream on his channel. And interestingly enough, we became really good friends after that. We communicate every day on the cell phone now. We talk. It's an interesting relationship that we've got now. He just invited me to do another live stream on the 9th. So, yeah, actually, I was going to see Eagle if maybe you wanted me to talk to him about doing an interview with you. If you were interested?
Yes, I am very interested in I do follow his channel, but I thought to myself, oh no, he'll be out of my league.
No, he's not really about the technical aspect of drones. He's not like me, where I kind of know all the information about each little drone. Ken is more the aerial photographist and rule follower. He likes taking cinematography shots, and he really enjoys helping other people understand the rules and regulations of droning. That's kind of more what Ken is. Yeah, I'm more of the I do follow the rules to a point. I have my reasons for certain things, but yeah. But for the most part, I'm kind of more the technical aspect. So I don't think you would be out of your league at all. I think you guys would get along famously.
Oh yeah. Oh well, if you can arrange that for me, I would appreciate it. So what's
I'll see what I can do.
What's the time difference with Ken?
I think it's only 1 hour for us, for where I'm at. I think he's behind 1 hour, maybe ahead. I gotta remember. It wasn't much. It was like 1 hour maybe difference for me and him. I can't remember if it was forward or backwards though.
Yeah,
so
yeah. It'll be backwards because he's more
right. Tennessee.
Yeah. He's is he set? No, is he Central Time?
I believe so, and I am Eastern.
Yeah, you're Eastern, then Central. Yeah, so he'll be 6 hours behind me.
Right.
So to arrange an interview with him, really, it wants to be about 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon for him. Because for us, 10 o'clock, which is 5 o'clock your time, is ideal.
Right.
Any later than that, it means that I don't get my English on.
Right.
Because AKA Our Life, if I'd have done the interview last night with them, it's like I've arranged it hopefully for next Tuesday. It's at midnight our time, 6 o'clock his time. I don't get my UK subscribers in because it's too late.
Right. Very true.
Because if they're at work, where it's all right for Keith and Abby, because it's only like 4 o'clock there. So we get a few American on, like, I presume anyway, hopefully, because normally, I get, on average, when I do a one-to-one, I get about 150, 160 views on them, so
right.
I'm pleased. I mean, you're the 29th person I've interviewed, so, and I enjoy doing these.
Oh yeah, you look like you have a blast doing it, and that's as long as you enjoy doing what you're doing, then continue doing it. That's what I tell everybody. YouTube isn't for everyone, man. It's really not. A lot of people get into this thinking they're going to become famous, and that's not even the case. That's really more or less luck than anything. But as long as you're enjoying what you do, continue doing it. If it makes you happy, do it.
Yeah. Oh, it does. Talking to people. Because I'm a people person like you. So that's why I enjoy doing these.
Yeah.
So another question then: who inspired you to get onto YouTube? Did any particular channel inspire you?
Oh, inspired me. This is really reverse. This is going to sound awful, but it's the truth. I was inspired by the lack of honesty in drone reviewers. I started testing my own birds out, and I bought them because of other YouTubers. I don't like to mention names, but let's just say their honesty was not quite up to par with what I was hoping for, and it got me started on this whole I'm going to be honest with everyone tip and reviewing and keep things as honest as possible. I don't want to throw reviews out the window just because people are giving me free things.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what happened. That's how my channel grew so fast. I was just honest. So it wasn't really any YouTuber that primed me to get started. I was really upset with the lack of knowledge and honesty that was taking place. So I got into this and started doing honest reviews. So, yeah. If I had to choose a channel that I really enjoy, I'm definitely a big fan of Ken, and I support everything he does just because he is trying to keep the best general knowledge out there about drones and what's happening, especially legally, what you can and can't do. So he's a big inspiration for me. But as far as pilots go, I really don't have any favorite pilots. Everybody's kind of does their own thing. I just enjoy the footage. I enjoy watching everyone's footage.
Yeah. Mike Brooks has just come in. I don't know him, but I've just subscribed to his channel.
Oh, Mike Brooks. Is that who you said, Mike Brooks?
Yeah.
Yeah, good dude. Real good dude.
Yeah, I gathered he must have been one of your subscribers.
Yeah.
Who's got Keith's channel name? It's Eaglevp. I'll put in hello everybody. And if anyone wants to sub, they can do hello everybody. I never remember to put mine in. I put yours in at the beginning of it. So, so everyone could go over and sub to you, because we want to get you up to the 4,000 mark. You know, because I think you deserve it. You know, I mean, as I say, you've got a brilliant channel. You're a brilliant guy. You know, and I only came over to your channel through Granny, didn't I? You know, Granny Monster recommended your channel to me. You know, she says get in touch because he's a great droner. So I went over. You know, I subbed, and you know, I've watched you ever since.
Well, thank you. I think I met you before that. I think I was subscribed to you before you subscribed to me. I think I caught you in a live stream, and everybody was kind of doing some form of sub for sub, and I got sub to you, and that's how I found out that you do the drone reviews. Actually, was I caught a notification for a live stream one time. Actually, I think it was lady. You were doing a live stream with a lady, and you guys seemed to be having a good time.
Yeah.
She makes something. I forgot what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
makeup or something.
Yeah. Well, I interview beauty channels, young people. I mean, I had that one with Owen's Drones. He's a 14, 15-year-old lad who's got a drone, and he started his channel. Really worth going to see because he had Brad on. He interviewed Brad on because I'd interviewed him. He thought, oh yeah, I'll do that as well now. So he does live interviews as well with all the droners. So, but I will interview anybody who is willing to come on and do a live stream. Told Dan I said, Richard Parmesano says, hello to Dan. Make sure you tell me my last name. Sure you tell me my last name. Said hello. Yeah, Richard Parmesano. Yeah, he's me.
Parmesano. Yeah, it's really hard. It's a complicated one to. That's a complicated one for sure. I know who you're talking about. Rich is a good guy too. He's fun. Yeah.
He's my guy.
I pronounce all these names wrong. These guys ride me because I'll try to say their name, and it's just some of them are really, really confusing. It's like I don't understand the pronunciation of how they made that work at all. You know, but they always correct me. So my pronunciation is horrible. This is horrible.
I have that same problem, you know, especially when I'm doing my review show and I find channels throughout the world, and I'm thinking, how do you pronounce that one? How do you pronounce? And a lot of people don't put anything in their about page on YouTube, and that really annoys me because I want, you know, I mean, if I'm reviewing a show, I always ask their permission whether I can use their footage. No one ever gets back to me. No one ever tells me anything about themselves or the channels. And I'm thinking, one of these days, I'm going to do the review show with their footage, and I'm going to get a flag against me, you know, for doing it.
It has happened once. It's happened to me once. Somebody stole my content one time, and I thought I was super polite. I asked him to remove it, and he was like, no. And I was like, okay. So I'm going to ask you one more time, and then I'm going to show you what the consequences are of not, you know. I wouldn't have been mad if you had just asked me for the footage.
Yeah.
I would have taken that a lot lighter than you just stealing the footage, making it on your video, and then acting like you have control over the video. Because you don't. Unfortunately, it's now my video because you've used my content. And he said no. So I got YouTube involved, and his video was pulled within 6 hours of putting up the post. And then he got really irate with me and, like, tried to blow me up in emails and stuff. And it was like, okay. You know, I don't mind if you ask. If you ask, sure. If it's footage I feel that you can use, go for it.
Yeah. I mean, I always ask, you know, when I'm reviewing the show. But the amount of people that don't get back, if I waited for answers, I wouldn't be able to do that review show because, you know, I'm fair. I sub to them all. I put in the comments, please may I use your footage? Regards, Eaglevp, Keith. You know, and that's it. I've subbed to your channel, and they never even get back to me. And I think to myself, well, you know, but I tried to show good drone footage on my review show because really it isn't a review show. It's a shout out for their channel.
Right. You know? Yeah. The only thing to be gained from this is an audience and people, you know, getting involved. That's what this is. It makes complete sense to me. Yeah, if you ever want to use any of my footage, feel free just to let me know what video, and I'll say go for it, man. It's Yeah, I hate it when content is stolen.
Yeah.
That really irks me. You know, that's a big pet peeve of mine when people just use my stuff and don't tell me and then act like they're not going to do anything about it. That's
Yeah. Well, I mean,
frustrating for a content creator.
yeah. Well, it's like I asked Cab 7 for an interview and he said no, don't matter. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a spoof one with both of those. I've watched quite a few of their live streams, and you know when they're answering a question from somebody else, I've got the question, so I can do that question to them. I then get their answer and do it because,
right.
You know, when I ask Ben, he just says no straight away. You know, so I thought why, and yet now I hear Pixie's interviewing him tomorrow. You know, and I'm thinking, why did he say no to me? It's like when he does his live streams, I've often gone on, oh, invite me on, and he never does. So Bob Biker 46 has just told me I can use any of his footage anytime. Boy, I don't need to do this around the world. I can use everybody's footage already.
There you go. There you go.
That wasn't the whole idea. The whole idea was to get everybody out on a particular weekend, and then what footage we film, we put it unlisted, and then send the link to each other, and then you download so if there's 20 in, you get 19 links, and then you edit it to edit all the footage, and it's called Around the World.
Give me 1 second here, Keith. I got someone coming over to talk to me.
Yeah.
Hello.
Do just outside perimeter checks, or do you go in the clubhouse too?
We do go in the clubhouse.
My son locked his keys in the weight room.
I
Okay.
appreciate everybody coming into this chat window as well. And
Yeah, I can go in there real fast.
I'm trying to see if anybody else is in there, but no one.
That's fine. I'll go grab him real fast.
I appreciate it.
Not a problem. Keith, you're gonna have to let me go for 1 sec. I gotta go grab some keys for this lady.
Okay then. Well, are you staying on then, or do you want to finish it now?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that might be best. I don't know how long this is going to take. I'm hoping it's quick, but yeah, you want to do that? We can always do this again. What does this just say? Unfortunately, the process.com app. I think my whole Android service just crashed.
Oh,
That's
okay.
weird.
We'll arrange another live hookup in the future then, Daniel. So
Okay.
I appreciate everyone coming into the chat window. Hope you've enjoyed this interview with Drone Worship. And those who aren't sub to him, hope you'll all go over. So
Thanks for having me,
Daniel, and we'll speak again then. So
all right.
now then. Bye then, sir.
Later.